Hi, and welcome to the section on browser features. In the previous section, we learned how to manage our game world with the help of an API. Great to have you here. In this section, we will explain a few HTML5 browser features, like local storage, web audio API, and the file API with Dart. These are just a few features of the many that HTML5 has to offer, but it will surely give you a feeling on how nicely Dart plays along with these features. Now, we move on to the first video of this section that deals with local storage. Local storage allows us to save key value pairs into the browser. This is great when you want to save a certain state of your application into the browser. So, whenever your user is coming back to your web application, he can continue where he left off on his previous visit. So, in this video, we will create a state and then write and read from then local storage. Web APIs are standards defined by W3C working groups and later been implemented by the browser vendors. Every web API has a page where the API is being defined. These APIs are the JavaScript APIs. Almost every web API has a Dart implementation. In this video, we're going to work with the data which we are going to store in the local storage. Local storage is a key value store in the browser that will be linked to a certain domain. Session storage is similar to local storage. The only difference is while data stored in local storage has no expiration date, data stored in the session storage gets cleared when the page session ends. IndexedDB is a database in the browser that has great query possibilities based on indexes. Then you have cookies, the oldest one of them all. You can store a small amount of data in a cookie. Be aware that cookies are sent to the server and uses bandwidth. If you don't need this data on the server, you better use local storage. Before we can use local storage, we need a class definition of the character at the moment. In our case, we will make a person.dart file. The person class has X, Y, health, and damage as field properties. This represents the state of the current player in the game. Now, let's integrate this person class in our game. We can now deal with some damage at our person object. Pass the person object into the StumbleUpon method of environment. Now, in the update coordinates method, we can use the coordinates of our person object. At the end of the main function, we can call the save method of the person class. In the class person, we will define a method called save. In this method, we try to call local storage. You will see that it behaves like a map. Before we can encode this, we need to create a toJSON method in our object. All our properties need to be hosted in a map variable. Now, we can also add a load method in the person's constructor. In this constructor, we will read out the value in local storage. Look again at the resemblance of the functionality of a map. Let's try this out in our browser. Enter write, write, write. When we look at the debug panel of Chrome under Resources tab, you will find a local storage item. When we click on localhost, you will find our saved object. When we refresh our page, you will see the coordinates from our previous visit. Refresh the browser. In this video, we have learned how to use local storage by writing and reading from it.